Mic check, 1 2 1 2. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, King of the Pizzle TV, King of the Posers TV. Signing in KOTP TV. Bada bing, bada bum, bumba clat. Weezer, the White Album. This one goes out to Dope19 who recommended this on the Patreon. Yo, I know you recommended the Red Album. But considering you supported the Patreon, I'm going to do them both for you, alright? From me to you, and if you're a Weezer fan, which I'm sure a lot of you are, because people love the Weezer material. I'm so surprised we've still got Weezer material to go through. How much of a catalogue have they got? Incredible. Don't thank me. Thank my man over there, my man up there, who has recommended this. With that being said, we're going to sign in and we're going to run through the White Album. If you're watching us on YouTube, this might come out before the Red Album. Who knows, right? All I know is that I'm recording this prior to the Red Album. Without further ado, this one's California Kids, alright? These songs, last Weezer album I heard was OK Human, and the songs were relatively short. We got a longer length record ahead of us here. This one's California Kids. I made myself a bit smaller so you can enjoy the video, yeah? Might disappear halfway through this album. Might hit gym. But I'll be back to finish this off, alright?
When you wake up, cobwebs on your eyelids, stuck in rigor mortis. Whoa.
Whoa!
Just get going.
Let's go.
Hit the ocean.
Da, 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 da. Whoa.
You don't have
15! Come on! Back off!
You don't have to have the answers. Don't you worry. Don't you
Sort it out, fella, come on.
worry. It's gonna be alright if you're on a sinking ship. The California kids will throw you a lifeline. And if you're up all night thinking about something you did.
Yeah, search a music video. There's Rocksteady, She's My Vice. I did this before Oh, I didn't. This was 9 years ago. Shit, Weezer did it before me.
The California kids will show you the sunshine in your bare feet in mid-January, swimming in the mystery. Whoa, second guessing almost everything. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright if you're on a sinking ship. The California kids will throw you a lifeline, and if you're up all night.
Yeah, you know me. I like a lady with a bit of muscle, you know. I'm a controversial guy, yeah, because I like a lady with a couple of performance-enhancing drugs in her system. Anavar, in particular, yeah, the female bodybuilding drug, because if they're taking testosterone and if they're taking this and that, they're gonna get a jawline like Hulk Hogan, and they're gonna start speaking like this. I can't be doing with that. But a fit woman with thick legs. Yeah, you can tell I'm godlike currently. Well, I'm not. That would be well, yeah, I'm not God, I'm godlike. I've been on that retainment, you know. I don't want to be too crass, but you put a lady in front of me right now and I start barking like a dog, man. Kundalini energy, yeah. Aligning my chakras.
Thinking about something you did. The California kids will show you the starlight.
Now, you see, I don't know the concept of this song, but symbolically, with the lady being larger than him, portrays a motherly figure. So what I see is a regression in the psyche of this man as he holds hands and engages with this woman. We have 3 tiers to our communication, right? I'm going to put you on game. Why the hell not? I've got enough time. I'm going to put you on game, yeah? When we engage with each other, we engage on one of 3 tiers. This can change sentence by sentence, day by day, interaction by interaction, moment by moment. We've got a child, an inner child, yes? We have an adult, and we have a parental figure, all 3 within us. So if I speak to someone in a parental fashion that is reminiscent of how their father would speak to them, whether that be good or bad, they may react with their inner child. If we engage as 2 adults, we can have constructive communication, progressive communication, whereas 2 parents engaging doesn't necessarily have the same benefits as blah, 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 blah. I learned that in... what book did I learn that in? I forgot. But I like regression. I like Freudian psychology.
All your old friends chilling back in Boston. You never forgot them. Whoa. It's gonna be alright if you're on a sinking ship. The California kids will throw you a lifeline. And if you're up all night, think about something you did. The California kids will show you the sunshine. The California kids will show you the starlight.
Damn, Rivers. Back at it again with the Ray-Bans. Damn, Daniel.
It was an alright tune. It wasn't the best Weezer tune. It was a powerful production, audio-wise. It wasn't bad music, but it just goes to show the standard of Weezer's songwriting. That, to me, it didn't hit like some Weezer songs do. It's all just based on whether that hook hits, whether that melody hits. And for that one, not as much as others. Let's have a look at the comments. Yeah, just words of affirmation.
Everyone,
We've got Wind in Our Sail coming up. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV listening to the White Album by the one, the only Weezer. This listen through is devoted to Dope 19. Let us tune in on track number 2, which is entitled Wind in Our Sail. Are you ready, people? Are you ready, Weezer fans?
I took 2 things that
I took 2 things that I love, dancing and dogs, and I made them into a successful business. Yes! Come on.
A boy and a girl, albatross around their necks.
Very pop.
Hands burning from the rope, ships stranded in the tropics. Acidification wiped out the tiger shark. Let's try to save their souls and trust the man with the Torah. We got the wind in our sail, like Darwin on the Beagle, and Mendel experimenting with the bee. We got the wind in our sail, and we can do so many great things.
This is very radio rock, isn't it? This is of such a great quality, the sound engineering. Crush Music / Atlantic Records, 2016 this was put out. Brian Bell, Christopher Ray, Claudius Mittendorfer on the mix. Engineered and produced by Jake Sinclair. Also performing on the backing vocals, Jake Sinclair, giving himself a credit there. Patrick Wilson, Pete Lyman on the mastering. Rivers Cuomo, Scott Schreiner, Susie Shin, engineer. Tanner Sparks, engineer. Wesley Seidman, assistant engineer. You know, I've never gotten to a position where I've seen or had to deal with so many engineers on the track. It seems it's just a reoccurring theme at this point. If you put a record out on a mainstream, you have to give credits to like all of these random engineers. It's like, when the fuck did these people like become a thing? Did they just aid you in setting up the mics on the drum kit as the, you know, as the main guy, the producer just sort of kicks back on the computer and ensures the sound comes through with quality or something? What's going on here? Because at this point I have recorded with quality producers, honestly, quality producers who record at a good standard, not necessarily mainstream, but well-established acts, and it's been a one-man job. It seemed, well, to be honest with you, I say it seems unnecessary. Them hours in the studio are expensive, like, if you want a decent product, so I guess it's not a problem if you have a couple of people ensuring you get to work on time, but, you know, when it comes to the mainstream, everybody wants a cut, innit? It's coming out of your loan, coming out of your upfront. What did they call it? Coming out of your flipping advance, innit?
Breathing the salt, slicing waves at 40 knots. Cumulonimbus in the sky. This is what we waited for.
Being an artist and allowing the industry to place you at the bottom of the totem pole when you create the product is like the biggest scam of all time, honestly.
And now there's no more hyperventilating in wheelchairs. We're gonna save the last dock on Funk Island. We had to do it wrong before we could do it right. We got the wind in our sail, like Darwin on the Beagle, and Mendo experimenting with the beat. We got the wind in our sail, and we can do so many great things together. Pushing the stone up the hill, and if it rolls back down, whoa, Sisyphus, it rolls back down. Pushing the stone up the hill, and if it rolls back down, whoa, Sisyphus, it rolls back down.
Come on.
We got the wind in our sail, like Darwin on the Beagle, and Mendel experimenting with the beat. We got the wind in our sail, and we can do so many great things together.
This has got a really good sound. This is produced for the radio, man. With that being said, I'm going to be bold and say, could this record be slightly overproduced? Could it be slightly overproduced? Or maybe I'm just blowing my head up with it too much because I've got it loud right now in my earphones. Yeah, decent tune. It's radio rock to me at this point. We've got Thank God for Girls coming up next. Sounds like my cup of tea. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, moving onwards through the White Album by Weezer. This is track 3 of 10, entitled Thank God for Girls. What a bold title. Let's find out what he's on about. Let's go.
The girl in the pastry shop with the net in her hair is making a cannoli for you to take on your hiking trip in the woods with your bros that you've known since second grade. And your main kind of dragons are ruffians and be called upon to employ your testosterone in a battle for supremacy and access to females glued to the TV. And even if you are victorious, you may receive many cuts, bruises, and scrapes, and you will require band-aids and antiseptic ointments and tender loving kisses on your stab wounds. And when you come home, she will be there waiting for you with a fire in her eyes and a big fat cannoli to shove in your mouth. And that's why I thank God for girls. Holidays who Christie from Tennessee to LA. Thank God for girls on your reckoning day. You better bow down and pray. She's so big, she's so strong, she's so energetic and sweaty overalls. Thank God for girls. Thank God for girls. Thank God for girls. I'm so glad I got a girl to think of, even though she isn't mine. I think about her all the day and all the night. It's enough to know that she's alive. She says I give her sweaty palms, she almost had a heart attack. The truth is that I'm just as scared, I don't know how to act. I wish that I could get to know her better, but meeting up in real life will cause illusion to shadow her. I call the name into all.
It's really switched up the phrasing on this. The vocal performance is unlike what we generally hear from Weezer.
All the trees, sing a song down on one knee, looking at the underwear page of this year's catalog like when I was 14. I'm levitating like a magnet, turn the wrong way around. I'm like an Indian fakir trying to meditate on the better nails when my pants pulled down. Thank God for girls. Holidays who Christie from Tennessee to LA. Thank God for girls on your reckoning day. You better bow down and pray. She's so big, she's so strong, she's so energetic in a sweaty overalls. Thank God for girls. Thank God for girls. Thank God for girls. God took a rib from Adam, ground it up in a centrifuge machine, mixed it with cardamom and cloves, microwaved it on the popcorn setting while Adam was like, that really hurts. So pissed at God, and he started lighting mighty force fires, stealing osprey eggs, messing with the bees who were trying to pollinate the echinacea, until God said, I'ma smite you with loneliness and break your heart in two. And Adam wept and wailed, tearing out his hair, falling on his knees, looked to the sky and said, thank God.
It was alright. It was quite experimental for Weezer, that. In particular, as I said, the vocal performance was good. It was mature in the fashion that it was abnormal. It wasn't your strict, 6 to 8 to 10 words in a sentence, ABAB rhyming scheme, AABAA, ABB, whatever you'd like to do, It was a little different. It had a little more, little something more to think about, as opposed to it just being purely background music, which Weezer can do very well in a respectful manner. They're great songwriters, and to create great soundscapes and great songs is to, allow you to not think too hard, in my personal opinion, at least in the pop sense. You don't want to create music so complex that you can't keep up with it, or it creates this jarring discomfort in your mind where you're sort of fixated on working this puzzle out. That's quite uncomfortable. But Weezer are great at writing good songs, and the vocal performance was a bit different. I didn't really follow the lyrical content. If you ask me, disregarding the fact I didn't follow the lyrical content, which I guess is like the whole point of, well, it disregards the whole point I'm about to make, but I don't know. I liked Weezer when they were talking about girls when they were younger, and that was the whole thing, but now they're popular and they're big and they're older men. I don't really want to hear them write a song called that, and I don't even know the lyrical content. I just quite simply think it's not off-brand, but it should be at this point, you know. We've got Girl, We Got a Good Thing coming up next, all right? By the way, most of these are about girls. As we see, we had Complete Woman Worship on the music video California Kids. That was Thank God for Girls. This one is Girl, We Got a Good Thing. We've got a tune called LA Girls coming up. So, yeah, I guess it's open for interpretation, right? Let's keep on moving. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Girl, We Got a Good Thing is the title of this one. Get this advertisement flown by. This entire listen through is devoted to my friend Dope, who recommended this on the Patreon. This is the White Album we're listening to. In particular, it's track 4 of 10. After we do this listen through, we're going to move on to the, I believe it's the Red Album. All right, so we've got plenty of Weezer coming. Bro, how many albums have Weezer put out? Very consistent act, right? Very consistent act. Oh,
Girl, we got a good thing. You know where this is heading. Just a couple of birds, happy to be singing. Girl, we got a good thing, and I don't see this ending. You wanna fly? Do you wanna flee? Do you wanna get away with me? Do you wanna face the great unknown? Jingle, jingle, we're as happy as a couple Hare Krishnas. Dancing, twirling, playing on the tambourine. We'll crush this scene together. Marching onward, oblivious to all the hate around us. We could self-publish a book of our philosophy and hand it to the tourists. Girl, we got a good thing. You know where this is heading. Just a couple of birds.
Thing and heading is a great rhyming scheme. You don't come across that often. Girl, we got a good thing. You know you make my heart sing. That's where people would tend to go, you know?
Happy to be singing. Girl, we got a good thing.
But then you utilise the word singing instead of sing, which creates an internalised rhyme, which sort of pumps it up, emphasises it, maybe waters down the, the A-B situation and makes it A-B-B, but each to their own, you know?
And I don't see this ending. Do you wanna fly?
I like pop songwriting.
Do you wanna flee? Do you wanna get away with me? Do you wanna face the great unknown? Puerto Rico would be perfect for a destination wedding. Or drive to Ventura on the 101. It sounds like fun to me. You scare me like an open window. Let's choke it out.
That's a strong coffee.
Stockholm syndrome. I want to
Great feel-good bridge section. Come on.
Girl, we got a good thing.
That was good. That was my favourite on the record so far. That was a great uplifting, up-tempo number. Great melodic hook to it. Yo, got a good thing, da da. Great tune. That was my favourite on the record so far. I enjoyed that one a lot. Somebody said it sounded like Elliott Smith. I don't know about that. Do You Want to Get High is track numero 5. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, moving onwards through the White Album by Weezer. Track 5 of 10 is entitled Do You Want to Get High? Alright, this time listen through goes out to Dope, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Cue the feedback. Get back.
Crush up the blue and inhale through your nose. Scrape every cork from the wood in the floor. She said, do you wanna get high? Don't eat no dinner tonight. I took a road trip to Mexico and scored 100 down. Do you wanna get high? It's like we're falling in love. We can listen to Bacharach and stop at any point. Now our bones start to ache as we cramp on the pot, and we fall to the floor with our face in a knot. She said, do you wanna get high? Don't need no dinner tonight. I took a road trip to Mexico and scored 100 count. Do you wanna get high? It's like we're falling in love. We can listen to Bacharach and stop at any point. Keep on doing what you do, 'cause I'll never get tired of you. Don't need booze, 'cause I'll never get tired of you. Stop the tape, kill the lights, close the drink, and keep doing what you do, 'cause I'll never get tired of you. She said, do you wanna get high? Don't need no dinner tonight. I took a road trip to Mexico and scored 100 count. Do you wanna get high? It's like we're falling in love. We can listen to Bacharach and stop at any point. If my past has
So we took a step away from the pop rock, the radio rock that we've had all the way up until this song. Somebody says that this was the hidden song on Pinkerton that never was, relating it back to the sound of that particular record. At this point with me, all of these Weezer records are a blur. I think they all uphold a great standard. And generally speaking, I think he writes in a particular... Rivers writes, given I assume he writes the majority of the material, he writes in a particular way which applies to each and every record. Like, he doesn't write bad songs, does he? So I can't really pinpoint what sounds like what and what sounds like what, in all honesty. Weezer as a whole have quite a uniform sound to me. And that one was, Weezer, but it wasn't the pop rock Weezer we've been getting up until that point. We've got King of the World coming up next, track 6, and with me saying that, it wasn't my favourite song. Do You Want to Get High? I didn't think was that good. That's not the sound I want to hear. I want them to get to the upbeat. I want them to get to the melodic hooks, yeah? I don't want slow and steady. Not too fussed about that. King of the World coming up next, yeah? Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget the rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. King of the World is track number 6 of 10 on the White Album. We're listening to Weezer tonight. Let's jump straight in. Little music video to accompany, so I will minimise oneself. A lot of people talk about the Beach Boys. Am I missing something here? The flipping Beach Boys, were they playing with overt distorted guitars and whatnot? Of course they weren't. Unless I'm missing something. Judging by the numbers, I'm going to be going against a few people on this comment. That was the worst track on the record. It just... There was too much audacity in the soundscape, in the production. The chorus was just such a wall of sound that there wasn't much separation between the instrumentation. It was just a bit too noisy for me, man. which is crazy considering the the vast spectrum of sound we listen to on this channel. But that was that could have been done a lot better. It was more of a production thing than an actual writing thing, in my opinion. I mean, the writing itself wasn't so special that it overwrote the production, so, it was mid anyway. I didn't think that was a great tune. We got Summer Elaine and Drunk Dory coming up next, alright? I'll see you there. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest now, people. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. Summer Elaine and Drunk Dory is the title of this one, alright? We're listening to the White Album. This is track 7 of 10. Let's jump in.
Oh, she left me there. She left me all alone. Oh, but I don't care. No, I don't mind at all. What really happened? I got distracted. I suck at getting off the phone. Boy in the bubble, saying I love you. I should have written her a note. Somewhere in drunk Dory, when I'm feeling lonely, I don't wanna go. Somewhere in drunk Dory, wish that they would show me I can't let 'em go. She swam away and flexed her mermaid tail. She was out too deep when lightning struck her there. Good witch or bad witch, God is a woman. I wish I hadn't played the prude.
Bro, did my guy just say God is a woman?
I wish I good witch or bad witch, God is a woman.
Now, I'm not fussed on that, by the way. It was just, I was going to go on a comment to re-emphasize what I said earlier in this record. He might not have actually said that because it's quite hard to decipher, but this is how your reputation precedes you, right? I got into a big dispute recently, right, with someone I've been in business with for a moment, and due to the way they operate, I jumped to a conclusion and made an accusation in relation to how they had potentially tripped me just because I preemptively cast judgment based on the patterns of this person. You might say, oh, it's not that deep, but when I think I heard he say God is a woman, I assumed he did because it seems there is a borderline cringe element of pedestalizing the woman alike. You are Ed Sheeran at 21 years old, I know it's a thing with pop music that you write for the woman, you appease the woman. Even from the perspective of the male, oh, I've done you wrong, I've blah-de-blah-de-blah. That's, the pattern that is pop music. That is what the professionals tell you to do, and we're not going to go into the depths as to why. It's all marketing and selling products at the end of the day. But you don't say, oh, I'm better than you, and you don't diminish and pedestalize, de-pedestalize, you don't minimize the feminine, right? I mean, you could argue you could raise some degree of equality, but generally you pedestalize the woman in pop music. That's the way it goes. And to put a long story short, it's to sell products. But to hear the consistency of the, for lack of better term, simping of this grown man on this record, it's a little bit awkward, to be honest. It's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit awkward because you're not 20 no more. You're not 20 no more. And I know there's a great duality, a great youthful spirit in the heart and the soul of the artist, of the creative. There's that inner child that yearns to create more and more and never dies out as long as you continue to create. I understand that. But there comes a point where I find it appropriate to move on from writing about girls. And I speak as a songwriter myself. I did a record called Songs About Girls. Like, I'm taking one for the team here. I'm taking a bullet for the songwriters here. Like, I most definitely know, you know, pop songwriting, but not to the degree of Weezer. Weezer are very successful. I think they're fantastic. I think they do a good job. But that's just a little bit of social commentary. I'm here to react, right? And I'm reacting to the energy. And I feel even though we're writing cut and paste good pop songs, minimalist pop songs, generalized pop songs, marketable pop songs, this band markets to younger people. Consistently, they put out so many records and continue garnering the attention of these younger generations. And the idea that this guy's like, you know, emotionally connecting to his audience in saying, I love girls so much, and he's like some old dude. There's nothing wrong with that if it's all legal, but it's like kind of mad to me. It's kind of mad to me because it's so consistent in this record. This beta simp energy, you know? Hey, each to their own. Pimping ain't easy, man. And I know I didn't read the lyric in like the grand scheme of where it's placed within the verse and so forth. Like that could be a quote from someone else and blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. I'm just saying there's a reoccurring theme, you know? We got lyrical content here. Paranoid Android, he says. And we had that record during the Great Virus, which was entitled OK Human. So there's plenty of nods to Radiohead via this band. Which, you know, I'm going to be really critical, but it's my matter of perspective. I'd say stop referencing other bands, man. Stop referencing other bands. We are ourselves. We are Weezer. We stand alone. We don't need to lick the arse of Radiohead. Do you know why? Because Radiohead out mentioning us in their songs. You know? You see that? It's a matter of dynamics, isn't it? We must have self-respect. This is a great bridge section here. Lovely chord progression. Come on. That was Summer Elaine and Drunk Dory. It was an alright tune. We never really get a bad tune from Weezer. I don't think there's ever been really any moment where I've said that's a bad song. Very consistent, very good writing. We've got LA Girls coming up next. Yeah, I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. LA Girls is track number 8 of 10 on the White Album by the one, the only Weezer. This entire list of goes out to Dope. Let's go. I think it's like the 20th Weezer record I've listened to.
So you will know just how I feel. I love your long hair, but you just don't care. So please help me fathom this world without music and by
Chilling in Your Honor is hard.
the way when can we talk?
Oh, these dudes are hold on, I'll minimalize myself. These dudes are getting their money's worth. They're on a budget on this. They're two music videos essentially from the same scene. We've got the same cast as well, because as I can see in the thumbnail, we've got the muscular woman about to make a return.
Please act your age. You treat me like I have the plague. It's like Iron Gamble in the way. LA girls, please act your age. Sweeten up your lemonade and meet me down at Tower 28. So would you mind if I was pregnant? I'll sleep on the edge of your bed. Like Dante and Beatrice will light up our candles, but how is this going to end? The kids are asleep, we're haunting their dreams, and some women
Now, I'm going to say something here, right? If you're at the beach, you might have a little bit of skin on show. But I'm going to make a comment in a moment after watching a little more of the video.
it's more painful than labor to die with your sins on your head. Does anybody love anybody as much as I love you, baby? Does anybody love anybody as much?
Right, it's about time I make my comment, yeah? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's part of the display. It's a muscular woman. All right, a bit of novelty, right? The body is what needs to be exposed to highlight that. But do we need to... How old is this kid? How old is this kid? Because if I'm there with a thong on in a video with an underage girl, what? Bruh, let me look at the comments. I need to go on the sort by newest first. I need to go on the newest first. I mean, to be real, if I was that kid recording that music video being put in place, and I got this magnificent looking woman engaging with me in this manner, it'd be an emotional time. It would be an emotional time. I'm not going to lie to you. It would be an emotional time. Bruh, does anyone else find this music video a bit uncomfortable? Yep, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. It's something that should have been considered initially. It's kind of mad. It's so far, it's not to the same degree, but I made a comment on this in regards to a McFly music video. So I think whoever was writing for McFly was writing really good songs. Disregarding that, they had a tune called That's What I Go to School For, right? And it was just a bit, you know, if it was the other way around, I know I wouldn't do it. If that was an underage girl, right, and I got invited into this music video to walk around with that much skin on show, disregarding the concept of the song, right? I'm disregarding the fact it's a love song. And I get to the shoot, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is your co-star." What? I have to be basically naked around a little boy. Let me tell you a story. I got invited to a shoot one time. Some guy, local band, really good band. They've disbanded now. But I got invited over to a video shoot, right? Real true story, and it aligns pretty well with what I'm saying here. Just removing, the age thing out of the equation. And I turn up and they say, "Oh, yeah. We want you to be in like the EP cover shoot, right? The EP cover shoot." And they might have mentioned that they wanted me to take my top off for it, right? Not a problem. Anyway, I get there and he says, "Oh, yeah, do you mind putting this on? This is a kooky band, right? A quirky band." And the guy hands me over, having spoken to me personally and told everyone else that it's fine, right? I hadn't spoken to any of the members of the band. The guy was obviously shook of asking me this and telling me these details purposefully. I turn up in my own time, right? Thinking I'm going to it said they'd give me a couple of quid for it. He hands over this yellow flipping thong, because they're quirky and edgy, right? I looked at that and I said, no fucking way. And they go, "Oh, you'll be wearing a mask and all that." Bro, I got tattoos. No fucking way. And I left. Come on. I'm not here to expose myself in that manner for your brand. Yeah, that's fucking weird. That's weird. She should have said no to this. If that was my son, I'd say, "You're a boss for that, mate." But to her, I'd think that's kind of mad. Are these two related? I would hear it out if they were related, you know? Yeah, that's kind of mad. I'm gonna go on the internet and see if anyone's made any clearer comments about this. I will see you in a moment. This might be quite an exciting listen through. One moment. Yeah, nothing too much. Nothing too much. I mean, couple of comments, but it's not worthy of highlighting them. Somebody said that it was quite innocent, and no doubt that is the intention. It is to be innocent. It's to be youthful. It's to, you know, showcase whatever they were wanting to showcase. I'm not saying anything silly here. Just, you know, if it was the other way around, I think it'd be a little bit odd, don't you think? We got Jacked Up. Well, that's me just protecting the kids, you know. We got Jacked Up coming up next, yeah? Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Jacked Up is the title of this one, track 9 of 10. We're listening to the White Album by Weezer. Let's jump in.
If I stay tonight, will I fall in love? If I stroke your hair, it's gonna hurt so much. Stranded in the Kalahari, will you share your flask? If I stay the night, will I fall in love? All jacked up over you. I'll bury diamonds just for you. But why do my flowers always die? Why did they die? I'm all jacked up over you. I see you standing there without a shred of clothes, and I could break away from the vein of gold. Come, a beautiful alien, touch me with your light. But if I stay the night, will I fall in love? All jacked up over you. I'll bury diamonds just for you. But why do my flowers always die? Why did they die? I'm all jacked up over you. You're the sun that I'm orbiting. I burn in your heat. Supernova in cosmic dust. You spawn galaxies. We'll sleep together, sleep forever. We'll sleep together, sleep forever. -1. Say those forbidden words to me. Eagle girl, I'm all jacked up over you. I'll bury diamonds just for you. But why do my flowers always die? Why did they die? I'm all jacked up over you.
The highest frequency vocal line I've heard from my man in quite a while, to be fair with you. Was it that good a song? Not necessarily. I feel like this album lost so much quality from the halfway point, you know? The first 4 songs were very good. And then we had a couple of alright moments from there on, but generally I felt like we crammed the best at the start. But we've got one last song to finish off. Endless Bummer. Obviously a play on the words of Endless Summer. Let's finish this record. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, the White Album, last track 10 of 10. This was not necessarily recommended by Dope via the Patreon. He wanted me to do the Red Album, but because I appreciate their support. I thought, you know what, we'll do both of these records. So the Red album is coming up next. Endless Bummer is the last track on this record, and then we'll do my final overview afterwards. Peace.
Hey, 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 hey. I just want the summer to end. What's the point of
You know what? It's so unique saying you want the summer to end. It's something that is so simple has never, ever, ever sort of come to my awareness through the lyrical content of any song I've heard. I can't straight away think of any other songs that spoke of such. Everybody loves the sun. Everybody loves summer, right? So the idea of someone waiting for it to end is so easy a concept to conjure, but nobody has done it. And I know people have done it, but you know I'm coming from.
to pretend? She told me to follow the rules. Not all 19-year-olds are cool. I'm all alone at night, dreaming about my life. She was too fast for me. I count my steps because I'm OCD. Hey, 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 hey. No life from Paloma to Rose. Sometimes I feel like I'm a ghost, changing into street clothes in a tent. I just want the summer to end. My heart is sold and locked.
Someone said earlier on another song, it sounded like Elliott Smith. But I think this one in particular does a little bit more so. Somebody says, why does it give me Beatles vibes? Maybe that's the undertone that sort of encompasses both them artists. The harmonies, the vocal harmonies in particular.
Nothing but tourist shops. It's just like a curse, you see. This bummed out feeling that she's over me. She's over me. I put my jacket over my head. I'm trying not to stare at her chest. I can't even dance in the dark, 'cause my headphones are still on the seat of a car. Hey, 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 hey. Kumbaya makes me get violent. I just want the summer to
I like that. That was a nice change from the general distorted guitar driven song we've had throughout the album. It was nice to hear a change in energy. I'm surprised they allowed the acoustics to go on for so long, because normally you'll get a little, the first verse being acoustic before they think, fuck it, we need to bring the distorted guitars in, a la Green Day. That's what they do, instead of just allowing a good song to be a good song as a clean rendition. That was a nice end to the record, and I thought that was quite good lyrically, as I sort of, appraised them for at the start of that song, with the idea that I want summer to end as opposed to I want summer to be forever. So that was cool. I'm going to give you one last overview of this record. I'll give you my final rating. We've got plenty to talk about, so I will see you there. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We just listened to Weezer's White album. It was recommended on the Patreon, and we've got a few things to talk about when it comes to this particular record. So I've listened to so many Weezer albums right now. Honestly, I say that as a positive, as a benefit, because Weezer are good at what they do, and they have put out such an incredible catalogue of music by the seams of things, because we've still got albums to listen to. In which order, I have no idea. I don't know what direction my journey has taken me. I've just gone with the flow, heard the people say what they want me to listen to, and gone with that. So, the White Album's got 10 tracks on, nothing abnormal. A little bit longer than the last Weezer record we listened to, which was OK Human, which generally had shorter songs on. We're probably averaging at around 3 minutes 20, 3 minutes 25 per song on this record. So a substantial album, very, very pop rock driven, very radio rock, especially the first 4 tracks to be precise. Very pop rock. A lot of that is, well, of course, generally it's down to the writing of the music. The guy can write good pop songs. It's always in pop format, but the sound engineering is so polished and radio ready that I can't help but imagine it being played on the speakers. Now, with that being said, I do have some criticisms. It's a good project, but I never thought I would say this. As consistent as these albums have been, I reckon this is my least favourite one out of them all. And I say that because I'm starting to grow a little sour of the headspace. Is it Rivers who is writing? Because I don't know if they share writing credits. Maybe Rivers doesn't write all of the songs, but I know what he's doing through creating engagement with the newer generations and the newer audiences, and still reinforcing that initial feeling that was created when the more aged fans of the band came into listening to Weezer. And that is to write from the perspective and the energy maybe of a younger self. But my criticism is this, right? And I understand it's part of Pop Music 101, and the guy writes like a pop artist, full stop. He's had pop hits. I've got the magic in me. I didn't know it was him till I saw the credit, and I was like, holy crap, is that the guy from Weezer? The guy's a pop artist, essentially. And I know the ins and outs of marketing as a pop songwriter, and he does it to a T. But by doing it to a T, it means the guy's, over 40 years old, writing songs about girls, pedestalizing girls, and how sort of unworthy he is, even though I generally assume he might have a partner. He may have kids. Hey, I don't know. I don't follow the ins and outs of these people, but this older man sort of portraying this character. Now, there's nothing wrong in Weezer fans are gonna hate what I'm saying here, but it is what it is. It really dawned on me on this particular album. We've listened to a couple of songwriters who have retained the energy and the spirit and the soul of the youthful self, and that's a beautiful thing. To be childish is to be creative, right? We lose that spark when society foists these needless responsibilities upon us for us to participate in this bullshit system we were born into, right? As we get older, and we lose that initial spark, and we stop creating, and we get depressed, and we wonder why we can't express ourselves, and why we're depressed, and how did I get here, and I need to speak to a therapist, instead of, expressing myself through this medium that once made me happy. We lose that and forget about that and get told that that's not right. So I have to appreciate and adore the youthful self manifest within the music of Weezer, but there comes a moment where I question the lack of maturity sometimes, and so much of this material is just like I'm not following the lyrical content to a T, but just the idea of calling a song as a grown man, "Thank God for Girls," is crazy. We got lyrics like "God is a girl" and "LA girls" and "Summer Elaine" and "Drunk Dory" is about girls, and "California Kids," the music video, is very woman centric, and "Girl, we got a good thing." And hey, there's nothing wrong with adoration and writing in a particular manner, but it's not really like listening to flipping Motley Crue or Typo Negative. It's like listening to a guy simp in his 40s like he's a teenager, because he's writing to that audience, he's writing to that crowd, and it works. You look at the comment section, they love it, they adore it, because it connects to a deeper emotional self. There's an emotional connection. But I sort of fell out with it on this record. And a lot of it comes down to my personal headspace, Sometimes I've slated records before. I've come in and been a bit of a twat, to be honest with you, because I've just not been in the right state of mind to align with the frequency that's been given to me. So that disconnect has created a friction that has sort of made me manufacture this, less than positive expression. I had a lot to comment on about the track "LA Girls" because I thought the music video was a bit mad. I thought this borderline naked grown woman shouldn't really have been engaging with a young child in that manner, and I don't know why nobody in the band sort of says, nah, let's not do that. Albeit it is innocent, because I'm not casting no judgment, that it was anything wrong behind the concept. But, surely somebody should have said, wait a minute, that is a child and that's a naked grown woman. That's kind of mad. Because if I was just there wearing a thong on the beach, being a muscle man, and I was like in a music video where it's implied that the young girl was interested in me, that's kind of mad. That'd be worthy of saying, nah, I don't want to do that. So that's kind of weird to me. That is kind of weird. That's LA, right? That's Hollywood, right? So 10 tracks, pretty good overall, but this was, in my perspective, the weaker Weezer record I've listened to, and that is arguably down to a little bit of an over polish as well as the writing, because as I said, the first 4 tracks in particular, albeit maybe the strongest from my experience through the record, it was so radio friendly that it just seemed like fodder, as opposed to some okay organic songwriting. That's all I got to say. We're going to move on to the Red album. I'm actually going to get sleep in between, alright? So I'm not going to go from one to another. I'm going to rest well. And we're going to jump back into the Weezer experience. And we'll go from there. Peace.